You're listening to the CIP podcast, the Study Abroadcast, Season 3, Episode 1. I'm your host, Moon. In this show, we explore the world of study abroad, offering advice, insights, travel stories, bringing perspectives and culturings along the way. On this episode, we'll be speaking with one of our incoming exchange students about what it's like to study abroad at the University of Guelph. Let's get right into it. Today on the show, we are pleased to welcome Rabiat. To get started, Rabiat, can you tell listeners a little about yourself?
I'm Rabiat El Alawa and I'm 21 and I'm in my third year. I am an exchange student from the University of Ghana, which is the premier university in Ghana. And I like to read books, watch movies, and listen to music in my spare time.
Awesome. What made you want to come to Canada and the University of Guelph?
I had heard that Canada is a nice and beautiful place to be in, and Canadians accept people from diverse cultures and backgrounds. And I realized that coming here, meeting a lot of people from all cultural backgrounds, and it was so it's been amazing. And I also heard Canadians have and have seen for myself that they are very polite, like sorry, excuse me, and the door openings, waiting for someone to come. Like when you are open, I realized that, and that's really great. And the Canadians are really hospitable, and the University of Guelph is also one of the best universities for an international student like myself and my Ghanaian colleagues that came. And students in Ontario. So the University of Guelph is one of the best universities for international students in Ontario, and it has the best learning and living environment, and also it has the best support for international students. And I know for a fact that the Canadian educational system has very high standards.
That's also correct, especially the door opening thing. I'm not from Guelph. I'm from Toronto, but I think that's especially like a Guelph thing. People would just open doors for you, and that's just so polite. What is your favorite thing you have done in Guelph so far?
Okay, so my favorite thing I've done so far is when my roommates and I, who is also an exchange student from Ghana, we're both from the University of Ghana, when we just take a trip downtown Guelph just to eat, have fun, take pictures, and like downtown Guelph is actually a very nice place to be. And yeah, eating at works, restaurants, and all that, and just taking pictures.
I totally agree with the downtown Guelph thing. Have you been to the Cat Cafe in downtown?
No,
Oh, you
I've heard
should
the
go.
cat cafe has lots of cats around, and you can adopt them by head.
Oh. Now that you are here, what is something you wish you knew before you came here?
Something I wish I knew. The weather is really cold. I wish I knew that fall is really cold. I thought it was just a rain falling and then maybe sun or something, but it's been really cold. Today the sun is out, but it's really cold. And I wish I knew this was how fall would be before the winter. I thought winter was the cold season, but fall is getting us prepared for the winter.
And this fall has been warmed compared to last year. So,
Wow.
yeah. How did you finance your exchange to the University of Guelph?
I was awarded the scholarship of 10,700, which was provided with the support of Global Affairs Canada.
That's awesome. For any listeners, were your grades good to get that scholarship?
Yes, so University of Guelph sent us the cutoff point for it. I think it was 3.0. Yeah,
Oh.
a GPA of 3.0, and I passed it along with my other colleagues. Yeah,
Yeah,
passed it, yes.
that's awesome. What was your program again?
Okay, so I'm a psychology and Swahili student back in the University of Ghana. I'm doing a combined major and I'm in my third year.
So you're smart and you have a GPA over 3.0. Wow. Did you have any concerns about coming on exchange? How did you deal with that? And how do you feel now that you are here?
Yeah, my major concern was whether I would make friends, whether I'll fit in with people, and whether I would like their food, because I'm so much into my culture, like my food from Ghana and all that. And coming here, I've also met a lot of nice people who are both on exchange and citizens of Canada, and I've made friends in my class. My class is really interesting. all my classes are interesting. And Maritime South, they are really nice people here. And the food as compared to, like, there's been a drastic change in my diet now, but I must say I'm getting used to it now.
Do you cook your own food or do you get food from the school cafeteria?
Okay, so here in South, we don't have um gas here. We don't have, sorry, cooking materials here. We are not allowed to cook here. So we are on the meal plan. So I'm on the meal plan. So I buy food from the cafeteria.
Which place do you like to get food most on campus?
Oh, I love Mongolian. And I also like to buy from Mountain. Yeah, Mountain. Their chips and their fries. Sorry, their fries is really nice, and their chicken wings really good. Yeah, and the people there are so hospitable. Like they really smile a lot and like make you feel welcome. Mountain, yeah, yeah, good.
Which tower do you live in?
I'm on Maritime.
Maritime? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived in Mountain last year and I have to agree the Mongolian stir fry was my favorite too. It's so good. How does the academic system compare to the system in Ghana?
So for one, Ghana system is really different from here, whereas in Ghana, we use Sakai, and here there's a website called Sakai we use to learn. It's also a learning site, like how here we have CourseLink. So Ghana we have Sakai, and that's where we also have most of our IA's interim assessment. That's the midterm test. That's where we see our grades and all that. And also back in Ghana, we don't really use our laptops and phones in class. We write. Maybe the lecture is we're having lectures, we actually listen and write. You're not supposed to use your phone. Your phone is not supposed to ring in class. And here when I came, I was like, wow, everyone is just taking their laptops out, and I'm like, are we supposed to do that? And everyone has their phones. I'm like, wow. And there's even charging systems in the lecture halls, whereas Ghana, you would not find anywhere to charge your phone because you're not supposed to bring your phones and laptops to class. Yes, so I think it's I love the system here as compared to Ghana. Yeah.
That's actually really interesting. And I feel like you would be surprised to know that even in middle school and high school, students always use laptops here as a means of like taking notes and doing assignments. In terms of cultural adjustment, what was your biggest adjustment when you came to Canada?
Coming here, as I've said earlier on, I met people from diverse cultures. I met Indians, Pakistanis, and people from Germany, France, and they've all been great. And I must say it's been wonderful learning about other people's cultures and religion, because I'm a Muslim. So like seeing other people's culture and their religion, it's been nice, like learning more about it. Because Ghana, we just have three religions, which is Christianity, Islam, and just traditional religion, but it's mostly Christians and Muslims that I normally interact with. But here, when I came, I saw Indians, and they told me about their religion, and also I met Jews too. They also told me about their religion. I'm like, wow, nice. I've never met a Jew before. And I've also gone to learn other people's body language and signs of respect. Because back in Ghana, our body language and how we behave is actually different from here. Ghana, using your left hand is actually an insult. Give someone, yes, maybe you are waving someone with your left hand is actually not supposed to be done. Shaking someone with your left hand, giving something to someone with your left hand is not supposed to be done. But here, you can actually do it. People don't really care. I'm like, wow, that's great. But still, I'm used to it, so I don't wave with my left still. Yeah.
That is really interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah.
If I go to Ghana, I know not to shake
Yeah.
hands with my left hand.
Yeah.
I have a question about cultural adjustment. You mentioned that you're Muslim. Is it hard to find halal food here? Was it easier in Ghana, or are you having any trouble eating?
Yeah, it was easier in Ghana because Ghana, with the meat industries, like the Muslims are the ones taking over the meat business and chicken business back in Ghana. So all our meat products, our dairy products, like they are all halal, even our sausages and all that. So you don't have to ask someone whether it's halal. But here, when I came, I have to ask someone, is it halal? So I mostly like to eat seafood or tofu, which is halal. But here in Guelph, in the university, I realized most places have halal chicken and meat, but most don't. So I just have to adjust and just eat from the halal. It would be really nice if they encourage halal stuff here too.
Yeah. We're so lucky that the Mongolian stir fry is halal because that was my favorite. In terms of support, how did CIP help you transition as an exchange student?
So CIP has helped in so many ways, and I can't help but thank all of them, Alison, Demetria, Jacqueline, and Mike. They have been wonderful, honestly, and they helped us choose our courses, helped us with all the paperwork, and helped us fit in. They also organized programs and weekly sessions for us to make us have a bond with each other, as in with the exchange students, and our schoolwork, just to forget about schoolwork, to like they make us have these fun programs just to forget about our schoolwork. And also today there's also a session at the, I think, athletic center we have a basketball game, and I would really make sure I am there. Yeah.
That's great to hear. What is one thing you would suggest people pack for their exchange in Guelph?
Okay, so people should pack a lot of warm clothes and when coming on exchange in the fall semester especially, and don't forget your Crocs and flip-flops and your bathroom slippers because I left my bathroom slippers back home and I didn't bring my Crocs. I left it in the house. Yeah, so I had to come down here and get them, and a lot of warm clothes, so I had to buy them here, and boots. Yeah, because my shoes were light.
Do you have any final advice for students who may be interested in studying abroad at the University of Guelph?
Okay, so I advise that they do a lot of research on the university, and also search the courses they actually want to come here for. Because I, for instance, I'm a Swahili student back in Ghana, but there's no Swahili courses here, so I had to adjust and choose history and English courses plus my psychology, and make sure I complete my courses, my exchange here. Yes, and also they should make sure they are mentally and physically prepared to move from one place to another, because it's not easy moving from one continent, one country, and moving to another continent. It's really like takes a toll on us, because when I came, the first week was really bad for me, but I'm now getting used to it. So, and they should also always make sure they ask questions, because Alison and Jacqueline are always there for us. They make sure they answer our questions for us, and you shouldn't be shy to ask them. That's one thing I found out, because at first I was shy to ask them questions, even though I'm still shy, but I still make sure I ask them, am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do this? Can I choose this course and that? So they should just ask questions.
That's really helpful. Yeah, don't hesitate to ask questions to your advisors and CIP. We're always here to help you. Well, that's all for today's episode of the Study Abroadcast. Don't forget to explore your own study abroad opportunities on the CIP website, uofguelph.ca/CIP, or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Our Instagram handle is CIP-Guelph. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Rabiat for sharing their advice, insights, and travel stories. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll look and unpack the study abroad experience even further.